Hey guys, it's Mel from Click Winning Content.
And Carolyn from Website Insights.
And let's talk about the difference between bounce rate in Universal Analytics and engagement rate in GA4. So here we are in a Universal Analytics account. So the screen I spend a lot of time on is this one under Acquisition, All Traffic, Source Medium. And this is where you can see all the different traffic sources that are bringing people to your website and then how they behave when they get there. So one of the important stats is bounce rate. And bounce rate is the percentage of people that leave your website without clicking on anything. So basically they only viewed one page. So with bounce rate, the lower the better, because you want people to be engaged enough to at least click through to another page, like take an action on your website. And that's the thing we're used to looking at. So again, if bounce rate's 100%, your website's not performing, the lower the better. But it's quite different with GA4 engagement rate. So Carolyn will walk us through that.
So in GA4 here, we're in the equivalent report, the traffic acquisition report. And actually by default we're seeing it by channel, but we could see by source medium if we wanted to. Do we want to do that?
So that would, if we wanted, we'd click here to switch it.
Yeah. So this table, it doesn't have a bounce rate column. Instead, it has engaged sessions and an engagement rate. So it's really like the inverse of bounce rate. So an engaged session is one where the person either viewed 2 or more pages, or they stayed 10 seconds or more on the website, or they completed a conversion action.
So I think, Carolyn, that's a really important thing for people to understand. People in GA4 are considered engaged if they spent more than 10 seconds on the page, whereas with bounce rate, they might have been on that page for 3 minutes, but if they didn't view another page, they still technically bounced. So I think this is a better measure of your website performance.
I think so. It's probably more sensitive to pick up whether people are engaged. Yep. And then it's really useful, as well as to see the number of engaged sessions, then to see the engagement rate over here, because that then obviously you can just look at it quickly. And so it's you can see then whether some channels had a consistently better engagement rate than other channels.
Yes, so it's quite a mindset shift. Bounce rate, the lower the better. Engagement rate, the higher the better. To the closer to 100%, the more your website's performing. So that's a good way to compare your different channel sources. The one with the highest engagement rate obviously is bringing in higher quality traffic. Having said that, engagement rate's not the only thing. We're not going to cover it in this video, but you also want people to convert. So to take an actual action that you want them to take, for that you need conversion tracking set up, but that's a whole nother story for another day.
That's right.
Yep. Awesome, guys.